Empire State to the Golden Gates. This is Quad Radio USA.
Cool. Oh, yeah.
Now, with all the dirt from the world of ATV motocross and GNCC racing, here's Mr. 10 Seconds, Rodney Tomlin.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to Quad Radio, our first Globecast of 2013, as we welcome you out on behalf of our friends at Tire Balls and Off-Road Motorsports. Of course, bringing you the 2013 AMSOIL GNCC preview here on Quad Radio. And don't forget, you can stop by Trackside and see all those great folks and pick up some great deals and receive an extra 10% off when you mention Quad Radio. And don't forget also, right now they do have sponsorship still available. Stop by at the racetrack to find out more and talk to the McGuire boys. LP, Lil Pat McGuire, he's the head honcho down there, believe it or not, and his dad's helping him out. That's Big Pat, and they'll be sure and help you out as well. We'll be back here in just a couple of moments as we've got some big things coming up on our preview. First and foremost, media manager Jen Kenyon from GNCCRacing.com and Racer Productions is on hand, as well Barry Hawk just around the corner, and more on the 2013 GNCC preview on Quad Radio.
The high-performance run-flat tire ball system is a must for any trail rider and off-road racing enthusiast. Tire balls are perfect for ATV, UTV, motorcycle, motocross, military, industrial, and agricultural vehicles. Already a tire ball user? Need replacement balls or tire ball accessories? Not a problem. Tire Balls has a full selection of individual tire ball cells for any model of tire ball in production. Plus, Tire Balls has a full line of accessories to help you keep them running at their full potential. Get all your tire ball and tire ball accessories today by calling 724-272-2998 or by emailing pat.offroad@gmail.com. Mention Quad Radio and receive an additional 10% off on already great price products. 2013 sponsorship opportunities can be emailed to the same address. Tire Balls. Any terrain, anytime, no flats.
Welcome back, everyone. Quad Radio's 2013 GNCC season preview as we continue here. And the 2013 AMSOIL Grand National Cross Country Championship is only days away, as we're joined now on the phone by media manager from GNCC Racing and Racer Productions, Ms. Jen Kenyon. Jen, I tell you, it's a big season coming up, and coming off the heels of what some have deemed the best season in GNCC history. We're ready and stoked for another big season, it looks like, coming up this year.
Yeah, definitely. We're getting excited. Like you said, last year was an exciting season for everybody. The racing was awesome. We've had quite a bit of new things in the works from our side of things, so we're excited to implement some of that and just see what kind of racing we can see here in Florida.
Yeah, for sure. I know that, we as a racing community are getting geared up, and we're ready to get into the full swing of things. But I know you've been busy the last few weeks and actually probably the last few months getting ready for 2013.
Yeah, definitely. Our off season is pretty busy in the office, that's for sure. Our crew's been working really hard to get everything prepared, and most everybody's already down in Florida right now, just trying to get everything set up. We're really excited to finally get things kicked off. It's been a hard working last couple of months, and we're ready to put it all into action.
Wow. And again, this probably you're heading into your third season now with GNCC, aren't you?
Yeah, it's hard to believe this is my third season. It's kind of weird.
It is. But, what's amazing, and I've been around it since, I just wrapped up my 20th year of announcing. I think 15 plus years or better I've been in GNCC itself. And I've seen a lot of changes over the course of the time that I've been there. But amazingly, I think that you're seeing a lot of changes. We're on the heels of something really huge right now, I think. And we got to experiment and have been experimenting over the last year or so with some new stuff. And we got some really cool things that's going to be introduced to the GNCC racing community whenever they show up to Florida this year.
Yeah, last year we tried some different things with live audio and video streaming from the last 4 rounds of GNCC, and we had quite a bit of bugs to work out with it. It was really just kind of a testing thing to see if it was even possible to stream live from a GNCC because, as we all know, sometimes those events are pretty far out there away from civilization. But, Master Productions really ponied up for some amazing equipment this year. They really want to invest in the live streaming, and as the times change, we want to keep moving with the flow, and I think that, live video is going to be where it's at. So we're working hard on getting a new system put together. We've hired quite a few more team members that are going to be coming to Florida this year to help. It's almost going to be like a whole other TV crew we're going to have there. And as you know, you're going to be calling all the shots for the live webcast, and I'll be in there hanging out with you as well.
Great.
And we're gonna hope that, and we have a new satellite system which is going to really pump up the internet, and hopefully be able to smoothly stream the 2 pro races, the ATV and the bike pro races, live. So.
It's pretty amazing. I know that a lot of experimenting was done in the off season, and I've talked to a few folks. And this, it's not going to have be without its hitches. But I think the racing community is going to be really taken back what's going to be taking place over the course of this as it develops over the course of 2013 and the years to come. So live streaming, and that's kind of like an introduction almost to this new thing with Racer TV. We've had Racer TV around for a few years, but now RacerTV.com is becoming something of a, I'm going to say almost a hub for off-road motorcycle and ATV racing sports.
Yeah, and actually, we're going to be broadcasting things that aren't just GNCC racing. We've had ATV motocross and Loretta Lynn's motocross in the past, but now we're going to be working with the OMA series, the Work series. Right now there's a couple episodes from the CMA series, so it's really it's going to turn into a place where all off-road enthusiasts, motorcycle enthusiasts, all types of racing are going to be broadcast on that RacerTV.com, and we're also going to link our live streams on there, so it's just going to be a really good place for people to sit down in any time of the day. It can be in the middle of the night. It can be early in the morning. You can tune into RacerTV.com and get your racing fix any way you'd like. So I think that's going to be really cool. We're still going to do 13 shows on NBC Sports Network this year, so we'll still have that cool TV time there, but the RacerTV.com is something that's really exciting and brand new for us, so I can't wait to see that.
Yeah, I know. And the amazing thing is, actually internet-based, I know just from experience, it's bigger than television, actually, to be able to do something like this and to have a hub where, you can go for your stuff immediately for off-road racing, be motocross, be woods racing or whatever. If you can go there and check it out, this will be bigger than cable or satellite TV. So I think it's a great thing. I love the idea of it, and I can't wait to see it come to fruition. And we're just right now, the seeds were planted last year, I guess you could say, and we got a lot of nurturing, and we're going to have some pretty cool things coming up this year. And some other things that's coming up, I know that they've been experimenting the last couple of years, Jen, with online registration, kind of a pre-registration thing, and honestly, that is the fast way to go. It's the fast track, I guess, from the rumors that I'm hearing there, the fast track to getting signed up and getting all your paperwork and everything done and taken care of in a timely fashion.
Yeah, we've been working on getting the kinks out of our registration system, obviously. You were at Unadilla last year. You probably were a little bit frustrated with the lines. The best thing about the pre-registration, in addition to, Rocky Mountain is sponsoring the Fast Track pre-registration thing, so automatically if you pre-register online, for every event you do that, Rocky Mountain will send you a $20 gift certificate in the mail. So that's pretty cool. You can use that for anything in their online retail. So in addition to that cool factor, the pre-registration is just so much easier now. There's a lot different features included. Like now, when you're registering online, if you can check a box if you need to get helmet tags, and you need to get what does it look like, the little colors on the back of your helmet, all that stuff. we're trying to make it easier for people to only give them what they need to get when they go to registration, not getting a new helmet sticker every time or, doing all these things that are almost unnecessary. So the whole process of when you're actually doing the pre-registering is more streamlined, and then it prints off your data card right there, and you just bring your data card already filled out because you've already typed it in online. You just bring that to the pre-registration line. All you have to do is hand it to the ladies now. If you ask for new helmet tags or whatever the stuff, they'll give you your packet right then and there. We've also implemented online waivers this year, so if you sign one this year, you're good. That eliminates that part of the paperwork. So a lot of the steps that we included in the pre-registration will eliminate those for the rest of the season. So I think it's going to be really, really nice for our racers to, once you do that, it's a quick process and you're done. So.
Yeah, and that's great with RockyMountainATV.com coming on board with that. They've got some special incentives with pre-registering also with that, don't they?
Yeah, it's every time you pre-register for every event, they'll mail you a $20 coupon. So.
And you can, I guess from what I understand, you can actually gather those up, and instead of $20 off of a purchase, you can have 5 $20 coupons, and you can take those and spend them as $100 cash, basically, with Rocky Mountain ATV MC.
Yeah, from what I understand, they're the same as cash. So yeah, if you want to save them all up till the end of the season and put it towards something big, go for it.
Yeah, heck yeah. I like the idea of that, and that's a pretty cool thing. So encouraging folks to use that fast track to registration. And something else that's coming up pretty cool this year, especially for folks that are going to be visiting the podium. Slick Off-Road Wash, from what I understand, is going to be doing a bike wash right there at the podium for top finishers.
Yeah, we just recently signed on Slick as a series sponsor, so part of what they're going to be doing this season is setting up a bike wash area by the podium. So, normally when those guys pull off the track, they're full of mud and dirt and all kinds of other things, and it takes time to wash your bike and all that. So it's a pretty cool feature for those guys to, readily have a wash station right there by the podium. I think we're going to come out with some more information and details probably tomorrow. Maybe do a press release on that so we can give people more information. But for now, yeah, we're definitely just looking forward to having something like that available for our racers to be able to quickly clean up and get their bikes and ATVs up there on the podium. Yeah,
that's going to be great. And there's a lot more to come as far as this 2013 season is concerned. New title sponsor this year with AMSOIL. Want to welcome them aboard. I think that is pretty cool and pretty fitting to have them up as a huge part of the GNCC itself.
Yeah, we're really excited to have AMSOIL on this year. A lot of this new technology and a lot of these new things that we're doing this season is partly because of AMSOIL stepping up to be the title sponsor this year. So we're really excited about that. And, Can-Am, a lot of people ask, what's going on with Can-Am. They're still going to be totally on board this season. They're our OEM sponsor of the series, and we couldn't be more excited to, still have them be such a big part of the series. And our staff will still be using Can-Am machines, and they'll still be kind of the official machine of the series. But I think it's great to have AMSOIL come in and become a title sponsor and really just heighten the level of things, exciting things that we have going on this year.
For sure. And as we approach the weekend, I know, Jen, a lot of folks are wondering what kind of special activities and events do we have to look forward to. I know with Moose Racing being involved in the River Ranch GNCC, there's probably, I'm sure, a dinner at one point throughout the course of the weekend.
Yeah, we have a Parks Unlimited dinner, but to be honest with you, I can't remember what time it's at.
Well, I'm
driving in the car right now. We're somewhere in the middle of South Carolina, so
that's fine. And we'll have, I'm sure GNCCRacing.com will have all the details and information available for that. And not only that, the River Ranch, once again, a great family atmosphere for folks. They can take the family and spend a week there, and I think and enjoy themselves every day. There's so many different amenities that they can take advantage of while they're there at the ranch.
Yeah, that's one of the nice things about going to places like River Ranch and, snowshoe, different destination type places, that there's so much to do without even having to leave the premises. I know, I'm pretty sure that the hotels are still, which is a good sign. That means everybody's excited and that they've already booked their rooms. Just the rodeo, the different things that they have on site, it's going to be a good weekend.
It most certainly is. And Jim, we want to say thanks for taking the time to talk with us here today on Quad Radio as we take a look at the 2013 season preview and any predictions as far as 2013 is concerned. I got to wonder, do you think Chris Borch is going to be able to actually take the all-time wins lead, I guess you could say, and be the winningest GNCC racer of all time this year? I think he's only like 9 away or something like that.
Yeah, it's so hard for me to make race predictions, especially with this kind of thing, because you just never know.
Right.
There's so many guys that could win races. There's so many different factors that could go into it. It's really hard to bet against Chris Borch just because Chris Borch, and he always finds a way to make it happen. So you always have to have your money on him, but you really can't count out the other guys. Walter Fowler's got a new team this year, and it sounds like he's really excited. I talked to him the other day, and he did a live radio call-in down here in Florida, and you could just tell in his voice, and he just sounded excited. He sounded ready, and so I'm excited to see how that unfolds. Adam McGill, Chris Biffle, same thing. And then Jared McClure's on a new team, which that could be a really, really good thing for him, too. So just never know.
Wow. I think you're right. And, I think Bart Hayes and I, when we talked at the banquet, and actually last year when we talked at River Ranch, we said this is going to be the greatest season. We could just feel it. And I'm thinking that last year's only a prelude to what this year is going to bring. I'm hoping. And there are never any guarantees, but we'll have to wait and see. The talent field is so deep in both the ATVs and the motorcycle side of things. It's just blows my mind, to say the least. But again, just want to say thanks for taking the time to talk. You're down in South Carolina on the road, you tell me, huh?
Yeah, well, it looks like I'm 17 miles out of Savannah, Georgia, so we're really trucking. We're getting there.
All righty then. Well, tell everyone we said hey, and have a safe journey, and we'll see you down at River Ranch here in a couple of days, all right?
All right, sounds good, Rodney. Can't wait to see everybody.
That's Jen Kenyon, media manager for GNCCRacing.com and, of course, Racer Productions. We'll be back with a look at what the trail's going to be like this season as Barry Hawk joins us on our 2013 GNCC preview.
The high-performance run-flat tire ball system is a must for any trail rider and off-road racing enthusiast. Tire balls are perfect for ATV, UTV, motorcycle, motocross, military, industrial, and agricultural vehicles. Already a tire ball user? Need replacement balls or tire ball accessories? Not a problem. Tire Balls has a full selection of individual tire ball cells for any model tire ball in production. Plus, Tire Balls has a full line of accessories to help you keep them running at their full potential. Get all your tire ball and tire ball accessories today by calling 724-272-2998 or by emailing pat.offroad@gmail.com. Mention Quad Radio and receive an additional 10% off on already great price products. 2013 sponsorship opportunities can be emailed to the same address. Tire Balls. Any terrain, anytime, no flats.
Welcome back to Quad Radio as we now turn our attention to the track and trail itself, and the man that is out clearing track and trail, none other than one of the greatest GNCC racers of all time and one of the winningest GNCC racers of all time, Mr. Barry Hawk. Barry, welcome to Quad Radio, brother, and welcome to a brand new 2013 GNCC season, man. It's it's almost here, man.
Yeah, man, it's glad to be back on, and I'm out here in the woods of Florida getting stuff set up.
Getting stuff set up. So what is that entailing, man? I know we've been there, 4 or 5 years now, so there probably isn't a whole lot to do, or is there?
Well, yeah, I mean, of course, I try and change it up as much as I can, but some parts of the track are going to be the same year after year. Obviously, if you've been here before, when you go up and down the runway, along the runway towards the pits, I mean, there really isn't no room to change anything there, so that's the same. But once we get on the other side of the little canal there, then that's where I try and change stuff up and try and make it a little bit different than what it has been. I mean, I can only do so much. I could just basically, I guess, try and make it fun for the guys. I mean, I guess if you've raced here, you know what to expect, and just I think it all comes back to just making it fun for the guys.
And that's what's been pretty remarkable. I mean, it's something that's been able to be achieved over the last few years, and there's enough terrain and things there to keep it interesting enough and enough ways to change it up. So I don't think you're having too many problems there. What are we looking at weather-wise? I know we've been there in years past. There's a lot of swampland out there, and we've seen that dried up in a few years. And I'm just wondering, are we in a dry season right now? Has there been a lot of rain this winter? What is the conditions right now?
No, unfortunately, there hasn't been a lot of rain. I've talked to one of the guys here that work at the ranch, and he said that they've had a few different rains in the past couple months, but no big soakers, no 2 inches plus rain. So, exactly how much, I don't know. The only thing I do know for sure is it's drier than it was last year.
Really? Wow.
So, yeah, which, I have no control over that.
Come on,
but,
Barry.
What's odd is a couple of the little mud holes that we normally go through, overall, the ground is drier than normal. But a couple of the mud holes, the little swamps, I guess I call it the blackwater swamps, they have more water in them than they did last year. I don't know. I'm not figuring out how that's possible, but it is.
Huh.
So it's kind of odd. Maybe, that leads back to the rains they had last summer or what. I don't know, but it's interesting. But, yeah, unfortunately, it's a little drier than it was last year. So, that's out of my hands.
So a lot of people starting to show up already?
Actually, no, there's not. As for us normal guys that are working on the track, we're here. The only other person that I seen pull in was the Maxis rig. Other than that, it's still pretty quiet.
Well, I imagine tomorrow and Friday, you'll see a turn of events, and Saturday especially when things really start to heat up. We got practice coming up, from what I understand, on Saturday, right?
Yeah, but actually, if you back up a little bit, we're having a Pee-wee race on Saturday, and I believe it's for Pee-wee bikes and Pee-wee quads. You may want to check the website. I'm actually out in the woods. I can't, Rodney, but if you can check that and maybe confirm that.
Okay, give me just a second.
That should be Saturday before we have any of the practices. So actually, the Pee-wee track, those guys will be out there on Saturdays, and when that's over, that's when practice starts. So actually, the practice track will be the Pee-wee track, or vice versa.
Okay, what I've got here is youth ATV registration, 10 a.m. to noon. They'll have a 50cc micro race at 11:30. ATV registration begins at 12 noon. I guess that would be for the big ATVs. And youth practice 12:30 to 2, ATV practice 2 to 5, and they've got a rodeo scheduled once again on Saturday night at 7:30 p.m. Special info, here we go. We've got the 50cc micro classes will race at this event. Click here for details. Okay, we're going to click for details, and we'll let folks know for sure. Micro classes will be conducted following, well, see, that's general rules right there. It doesn't say whether or not it's for bikes or ATVs. So I'm beginning to wonder here what this is. So, that's a very good question. I'm looking at it, and I'm still not getting the information that I want to get out of it right now. So we'll try to get that here before the show's over and pass that along to folks. But nonetheless, basically, Barry, sounds like things are going well. What's the weather forecast for the weekend?
Actually, I think the weekend it's supposed to be a lot warmer than it is now. Actually, I have a sweatshirt, a t-shirt, and a sweatshirt on, and it's really, really windy right now. So, it's probably 70, 72 degrees, and by Florida standards, that's cold. All the locals are, they're like, oh, it's winter, it's cold. I just start laughing at it. And if I know well enough, I'm like, yeah, this isn't cold. I'm from Pennsylvania, and if it's like this at home, this is almost summertime to us. But by Florida standards, it is kind of cool right now, and it's really windy. but I think it's supposed to warm up every day from here on out for till the weekend. So it's looking like it may be a warm one, which I think last year it was pretty warm for the race.
Yep. I think so. I think it did warm up, and it was pretty much like what you're talking about right now. A little on the chill side, but got nicer as the race came along. And I've done a little more exploring here, Barry, and I have got all the classes and everything, and it does include ATVs. We've got bike classes, 50 senior 7 to 9. That is then we have the 50 junior 4 to 6, and then the casual trail 7 to 9. That's for bikes. ATVs will have a 50 open senior 7 to 11 and 50 open junior 4 to 6. So it looks like that there will be ATVs. Entry fee is $25, and as far as general rules, registration will be the race day from 2 to 3 p.m. Race times, well, that's at normal races. The start procedure will be live engine starts for the kids. There'll be 30-minute races on a half-mile to mile course, and they'll be giving awards, 1 per 3 riders, with guaranteed top 5 awards paid out to the participants there. So looks like a full-on national class here in 2013, Barry, and that's just another great change that we're seeing with GNCC.
Yep. We had quite a few people that were, well, I guess if you back up to the Unadilla round and the Kentucky round, we had Pee-wees at those events because we were co-sanctioned with the local series, and we had a lot of feedback from the parents, and they wanted us to do all the rounds for the Pee-wees, and the way our schedule is, it wasn't going to fit to do all the rounds, so I believe there is 6 Pee-wee races, which I believe will crown champions on the ATV and the bike for the Pee-wees. And then the 6 rounds that aren't Pee-wee races, they're going to be the UTV races. So we'll actually we should have, but I think that makes like 7 races a weekend for us. So other than the snowshoe event, the snowshoe event doesn't have Pee-wees and it doesn't have UTV.
Wow, that'll be a nice break for a weekend then, won't it?
Oh, yeah, that'll be, although for me, racing snowshoe, I enjoyed racing there, but being on this side of it, working it, that's my least favorite event to work, and just because it's so vast and it's so big up there, and it's challenging for me, that's for sure, but I guess, this event here in Florida, maybe that makes up for the snowshoe for me, so I can't complain.
Yep, that's for sure. It's great to be down in Florida, and I'll be heading that way as well myself, so I'll be seeing you here pretty soon. Nonetheless, great to talk to you, Barry. Good to know that things are going well, and keeping our fingers crossed for that great weather weekend, and looking for good things as well Monday and Tuesday as the bikes will begin rolling in on those days. And Barry, again, thanks for being on with us. Anything that you want to pass along to the GNCC Racing Nation before we let you go?
No, nothing really. I mean, we already covered pretty much everything for this race. Well, I guess one other thing I could add is we've already been up to Georgia, and we've laid that track out what we could. We couldn't, of course, we didn't set everything up, but I kind of got the track layout and everything in my head, and so we've already been up there, got that laid out, and actually the conditions up there, of course, it's a little cooler up there, but it looks like the ground, if we had to race there, let's see, I was up there, I left Sunday up there in Georgia, and track conditions up there, it was about as perfect as you could get. So, I mean, I was thinking a little ahead of schedule here, but, before you know, we'll be leaving Florida and heading up to Georgia. So that event's shaping up pretty good also. All
righty, man. Sounds good, and looking forward to that. Have they had a lot of rain there this winter in Georgia? Is it muddy? I mean, is there any big mud holes or anything?
No, honestly, I think it was a little drier. Some of the stuff was a little drier than it was last year when we were there at the same time. And like I said, I talked to Johnny Gallagher. It was probably on Saturday when we were up there, and I told him, I said, if you had to race right now or the next day, you couldn't ask for any better conditions. Mm-hmm. So now, if it didn't rain a drop from the time I was there until we raced there, the field sections will probably be a little dusty, but it's still, there's enough moisture in the woods, it'll still be good. But, unless we get a big monsoon between now and then, I think it should be should be really good up there.
All right, man.
And actually, for the 1 o'clock races, people have been asking me the moto track. We plan on using some of the moto track, actually a good bit of the moto track up there for the 1 o'clock races only. So
Great.
But yeah, other than that, it's shaping up to be pretty good.
Well, good, man. Glad to have the opportunity to talk with you. And again, we just want to say good luck with the rest of the trail building, and we'll see you here in just a few days and get ready to go GNCC racing, brother.
All right, man. I appreciate you letting me on, and anytime you guys need something, just give me a call.
All righty. That is the great Barry Hawk once again, the trail designer and I would say manufacturer, but even he said he can't manufacture things. He would do greater things, I'm sure, if he could. But he's doing some great things out there in the woods of Florida, also in Georgia, as we'll be heading up there real soon as well. And that brings us to the close of our first episode of 2013, our AMSOIL GNCC preview. It's all been brought to you today by your friends at Tire Balls and Off-Road Motorsports. Be sure and stop by and see the Pat McGuire boys and find out how you can get an extra 10% off when you mention Quad Radio. Our plans are to be back this Saturday with a rider preview. We'll be talking with some of the top XC1 and XC2 riders from River Ranch. I'm Rodney Tomlin. This is Quad Radio.